High frequency power source for induction heating. The type of power source required The type of power source required for induction heating depends on upon the nature of applications and amount of power required. Amount of power required for induction heating. And these two factors which decides the high power, high frequency power source or a low frequency power source required. Thus, the large size objects made of magnetic materials, alternators, generating frequencies in the range of 1 to 10 kHz may be used. For small objects, for non-magnetic materials, for applications needing a small depth of penetration, and jobs require a precise automatic control of heating power, electronic oscillator, generating frequencies in the vicinity of 250 kHz are used. And we see the block diagram of a high frequency induction heating electronic heater here. Here the supply will be applied here. Supply is applied to the rectifier, one phase rectifier. This L and C is the filter, and this filter output is given to the oscillator. And oscillator output is connected to the work coil. And this job or load, here the coil is connected like this. This is an inductive coil. This is inductive coil. Inductive. See here, in this, the first point is AC supply is applied, is stepped up with the help of by means of step-up transformers. See here, I'll draw this diagram with this is the block diagram. This is I'll draw some elaborated diagram, and this is AC supply. AC supply is applied to the primary winding of transformer and the secondary winding of transformer. This is a step up transformer, so therefore number of turns in secondary is greater than the number of turns in primary. And this is given to the rectifier. See, here rectifier means there are 4 diodes will be used. One diode. This is another diode. Rectifier, there is a single phase, say, half wave rectifier is full wave rectifier. Here the bridge full wave rectifiers they are used bridge full wave rectifier. And this is applied to the secondary winding. This is given to the one. And this is given to the LC filter. The output of LC filter is given to the Colpitts oscillator. Colpitts oscillator. And this Colpitts high frequency supply is given to the work coil. And this is work piece. This is work piece is to be heated up and short circuited. This is a short circuited secondary. Short circuited secondary coil and primary of the work coil. And this is the primary of the work coil. Now here the So here first one phase single phase supply is this is step up transformer. It's a very simple step up transformer, and this is a supply. Supply voltage is applied to the this supply voltage is applied to the step up transformer. This applied voltage, this applied voltage. This applied voltage is applied to the step up transformer, and step up transformer is further rectified by the bridge rectifier. And the output of this secondary is connected to the bridge rectifier, and this bridge rectifier converts the AC signal into a DC signal, high amplitude DC signal. And this bridge rectifier is converts AC signal into pulsating DC signal, pulsating DC signals, which consisting of some AC ripples as well as DC ripples. That's why it is a pulsating DC signals. And these AC ripples are completely eliminated by rectifier. Filter. These AC ripples are filtered by LC filter. LC filter. And here we'll get a pure DC signal. Pure DC signal. Now this pure DC signal is applied to the Colpitts oscillator. Now Colpitts oscillator produces a high frequency, high voltage supply, which leads to large amount of heat loss, and which leads to see as this high frequency and high voltage is applied to the coil. So whenever voltage is very large, the flux induced is very large, and primary side flux induced, and these flux is cut by the secondary coil, which is acting like a short circuit. So maximum current flows in the secondary. This secondary. This is secondary. Maximum current flows. So therefore, maximum power will be wasted in phase. So maximum heat loss, which incurs a maximum emissions. And this results in reduction of conversion efficiency of the system. To minimize the heat loss, the system has to be designed properly for absorbing the heat within the oscillator circuit. The induction coils are made in the form of hollow tubes through which cold water is circulated to absorb the heat. The frequency used in the case of non-magnetic is about 50 kilohertz. Here's a very simple. First, once again, I'm gonna summarize this. AC supply is applied to the step-up transformer. Step-up transformer, its low voltage is converted into high voltage, which is given to the bridge rectifier. Bridge rectifier converts this AC signal into pulsating DC signals. Now, pulsating DC signal consisting of both AC and DC ripples, and these output of bridge rectifier is connected to the filter, which eliminates AC ripples and allows only DC signal. And this high voltage DC signal is applied to the Colpitts oscillator. Now, Colpitts oscillator generates high frequency and high voltage signal, which is applied to the coil. And this, whenever high voltage or high frequency is applied to the coil, the maximum uh, flux will be produced, which is cut by the secondary coil of this workpiece. And now this secondary coil is acting like a short circuit, hence the current maximum current flows in the secondary side, so maximum heat will be generated, and this is effectively reducing the conversion efficiency of heat conversion efficiency. In this way, high frequency induction heating can work. Thank you so much. Next, here go through 2-3 times only a simple topic, or each and every block we know already. Then our aim is to generate or to make the coil is heat. Workpiece will become heat to heat. And here, listen this video twice. for my sake, for me.